Good Monday afternoon, y'all. For me, it is Monday morning, about 5 a.m. We're here at the shop, loaded up to go to the dyno, heading to TKM Performance with the Red Lobster. If you guys haven't seen the last video of the startup, you guys definitely want to go and check that out because this small block Ford sounds pretty gnarly. See what we got going on in here. Look at it. Smells like a race car. Very excited. Head into the dyno, then hopefully everything goes smooth, loading up and headed to Georgia. That's the game plan. We are definitely cutting it close as far as timeline goes. I would have preferred to have it at the dyno last week in case any issues came up. It'd give us time to fix it. But now we're getting by the skin of our teeth, and we're just doing everything that we have to get going. So if there's any major catastrophic failures or issues or problems that come up, probably we're only going to be taking one car to Georgia. But we've been busting our ass to take two. And I'm really hoping everything goes smooth and we can take two. So enough about the Georgia talk. You guys want to know about Slick Rick and what's our plan with Slick Rick. So the last time we talked about Slick Rick was we took it to the dyno, TKM Performance. We take everything to the hub dyno before it goes down to the track on a fresh build. No exception to Slick Rick here. So we took it there, made 2150, 2200 horsepower and 18 pounds of boost, but there was a serious converter issue. The converter was super tight, and it shouldn't be super tight, and it spooled up great, but it acted like the lockup was coming on. So we have to take the converter out, and on this it's just like every car, it's a process. There's a couple more steps that you have to take. You have to take the I'm drawing a blank here. You could the drive shaft loop. Sorry, God, I don't know. The drive shaft tunnel, drive shaft loop has to come out. The drive shaft has to come out. The transmission's got to come back. And then you could pull the converter out of it. And ideally, this is what I'm hoping for. It's an M&M converter, but I got it used, so I don't know the condition. I got it from Proline used, so it could have been in something. It could, who knows? Maybe the stator that's in it's not the stator that they said was in it. There's a couple different things. We're heading down to Lights Out. Mark Mickey will be at Lights Out. It's a Mark Mickey converter. If everything goes well on the dyno, and all we have to do is really just load up the trailer, then we should be able to technically pull the converter out of this and take it with us down to Georgia, and then Mark can either look at it or say he's got to take it back with him and fix something, but that's the plan. So as of right now, when I'm filming this video, it's not quite Lights Out. We're going to leave on we're leaving on Tuesday, so today's Monday the 20th. The race that we want to make with Slick Rick is the 13th, Battle of the Bay down in Bradenton, Florida. So as you can see, another tight timeline coming up, which I don't know, it's not really ideal. I would have liked to have some testing. It would have been great to take Slick Rick to Lights Out, but there's not really a class for it because we want to shake it down in no time and really get familiar with it in no time before we take it to the track. The Red Lobster we do have some data on, even though we've made some changes, but this we have zero data, literally zero data. We might take it to the track 2 times and something major has to change. So that's our tentative timeline with it. Everything else, front to back, head to toe, is good to go on this. I think we have to add one rear shock sensor, and then that is it. But it fires up good. The motor's healthy. It's got Schaefer's oil in it, Schaefer's transmission fluid. I mean, this thing is really ready to rock. All we have to do is just get that converter figured out. We would have had it super successful time at the dyno if we took it to the dyno and the converter wasn't acting up, because every single thing that we did was acting as it should, and that's awesome to see because we're doing a lot on this. Matt's blow-off valve strategy was working great. All of our CO2 lines and everything was working great. No leaks. Our wastegate position sensor was working great. We need to change the depth of our shaft speed sensor, and then that will be working great. That was one of the other things that was kind of acting a little funky. But other than that, everything else seemed to be acting as it should and happy and making power and working cohesively together. And you got to love that on a fresh build when everything works together. So these are all of the sponsors, the people that help out, the companies we work with all over this car. And we're super excited to get this thing to the track. I'm dying to get this thing to the track. I can't wait. So what we will do, hopefully, ideally, we go to Georgia, We can get the converter fixed, maybe expedited. We get it back, put the car together, and then like a Thursday night test and tune. This is how you save some money. A Thursday night test and tune, we'll go out there and we'll shake it down. We'll do a couple burnouts, make a 60-foot hit, drive it down the track, make sure it drives good, steers good, the alignment's good, it brakes good. Do all of that stuff before we go, hey, we got to do a private track rental. And they're like, oh, it's $500 a car. Well, if it cost me $30 a test and tune, I just saved an ass load of money. So that's the way that, not that we're being cheap, but there's no need to go to do a private track rental for the first time the car drives down the track. I mean, you better have your shit in line and make sure nothing odd or goofy or something comes up that's going to cause any issues. So our timeline right now, the first race that I'd like to go to, and I don't want to just go to it. I want to be prepared. I want to have some data on the car. We want to have some laps on the car. We'll be down in Florida, Bradenton Motorsports Park, Battle of the Bay. And this thing here, they have like a $10,000 come to win free entry on 28s, but this thing here is also like it's considered like a factory style front suspension with a strut single A arm, and then it's steel roof, steel quarters, factory firewall. So yeah, I mean, it technically speaking, it should be class legal in a lot of things, but this one for sure. I mean, this one's like $10,000 come to win 28s, free entry, and if we can make it down there, I'd really like to take Slick Rick down there. I mean, the car looks like it's meant to be in Florida. I mean, it's like Miami Vice-ish. Gives me a Miami Vice vibe, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. There's our tentative game plan. I know some people were asking. They're like, man, what's going on with Slick Rick? Slick Rick's just sitting. We kind of had to put Slick Rick not on the back burner, but just pause it for a second, get everything ready for Georgia. Hopefully we have enough time today where we can rip that converter out and then get everything going to get this thing back on track. So super pleased with it, super happy with it. Shout out to all the people that we work with, Race Tech, M&M Transmissions, Hearts Turbos, Turbo Smart, QA1. I mean, there's you guys can look at the stickers and see who we deal with. A bunch of absolutely amazing companies that we're super excited to be working with, and that DCF Shine for sure is looking good. So all right, well, this is your Monday morning 5 a.m. update. I'm gonna hop in the truck. We're going to head to T-Cam Performance. We're gonna get this dyno knocked out first thing in the morning. Fingers crossed everything goes well, and then we'll be back here getting ready for lights out, hitting the road Tuesday morning. All right, guys, made it up here to the dyno, T-Cam Performance. We're gonna do something a little bit different here. I'm gonna give away 2 shirts to the winner who guesses closest to the horsepower of the Red Lobster. So you guys won't see any dyno pulls today. It'll be tomorrow's video. So we'll give you guys a complete overview of what the car is. You guys guess the horsepower. Whoever is closest in the comments in today's video, the comments have to be posted before tomorrow's video is uploaded, obviously. Whoever they are will get shirts. So I'm gonna pick 2 winners, 2 closest to what it makes. T-Cam Performance, Hub Dyno. All right, you wanna give them the overview?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, so we have a 427 cubic inch small block Ford. Matt's a small block Ford guy, so I guess give him the rundown on what the engine is.
Ford based,
Small block based.
cylinder heads, combustion engine.
All right, give him the legit rundown.
Start off. Should we go
Go from the bottom up.
Bottom to the top. We got our Williams Fab oil pan. Good oil pans. Sometimes take a little long to get, but nice oil pans. Coupled to that, which right now I'm pretty sure the oil pan is holding the block together. So we got a Speedmaster block, and a lot of people are like, ah, why'd you do that? Well, it's kind of like at one point it was a joke, and now
it's not a joke.
the joke might be on us.
Yep.
So the block, it's pretty beefy, but it has some casting porosity, and there's been some other things, like if you guys watched one video where the oil feed wasn't tapped correctly, there's some stuff like that. I'm just worried that there might be some porosity like around a main or something and rip the main out, but we got that. It's got it's not a billet crank.
It is billet crank.
Oh,
yeah.
It's got a billet crank. It is a 2-inch rod journal crank though, so it's like some NA shit.
Be all right. Brand new MGP rods built specifically for that crank, and some diamond pistons to go along with it.
Yep, and we got some Neil heads, real good cylinder head, very comparable like a SC1 or anything. So we're not going to be short in the cylinder head department.
It's got a brand new. This is the Red Lobster, aka the crustacean cam from T-Cam Performance.
Crustacean cam.
You guys can call them up here and get you some.
Yep. We redid pretty much everything, putting it back in because we deleted. If you guys see, we should I wish we had all the stuff. We sold some of it, but the pile of parts that we deleted off this thing would have been massive. Like, it's so much. We just try to streamline everything. You know, keep it stupid simple. You know, we don't have a bunch of extra lines running everywhere.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
You're calling the person stupid.
Yeah.
Or keep it stupid simple. Well, stupid simple is better than simple stupid.
I guess it could go either way.
So if you go to Chick-fil-A, if you say, hey, I want 40 chicken minis, how many is that?
Yeah, so, I mean, pretty solid. We're honestly, we're just doing some R&D. We're gonna see how much this block can handle. It's got a nice belt drive on there, aeromotive black fuel pump. So if you guys really do your research and really try, there's a couple things that like I'd recommend looking at. Maybe the turbo. This is a gangster 88mm turbo. This is not like an off-the-shelf turbo that you're gonna get from Jose. So shop around, look at other turbos that he might have that it looks like, and see what it is. It's got aeromotive black, which is like, what's that? Is that 12 or 14 gallon a minute fuel pump?
It's enough fuel pump to go 390s because I've been that fast with that pump.
So plenty of fuel pump, and then the block, and I mean, it's going to be a battle to see how much it makes or what fails first. So comment down below what you guys think it's going to do. Everything else on the setup, from pretty much like the firewall back to same, transmission, converter, rear end, everything like that, and then we're just going to give her hell. We're gonna make a lot of power on the dyno, unlike what we normally do, where we just kind of shake it down and then get it figured out the track, because we're, again, testing the waters with some of this stuff. So if we want to have a failure that occurs, we want it to occur here, not going 180 miles an hour down the track.
We want to have Kevin have to clean it up instead of all the guys at SGMP.
He said he's getting the Zamboni all charged up for us.
Yeah.
So comment down below what you guys think it's going to make. It's peak horsepower is what we're looking for. And the winner will get some shirts. So comment down below, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.